In a world saturated with noise, constant distractions, and social pressure that urges us to always be accompanied, the idea of being alone is often viewed with distrust, even fear. However, what philosophers throughout history have planted is a radically different perspective. Solitude is not an emptiness to fear, but a sanctuary where personal growth, self-knowledge, and a deeper connection with our authentic self are cultivated. From the introspective serenity of ancient Greek thinkers to the bold assertions of contemporary philosophers, solitude emerges as fertile ground for transformation. This journey through their teachings invites us to reconsider solitude as a powerful tool for exploring the soul, understanding the complexities of life, and ultimately discovering who we truly are. What if by being alone, we find the answers that the hustle and bustle of everyday life hides? This is a call to listen to the silence, embrace stillness, and allow the wisdom of philosophers to illuminate the path to the deepest freedom, being truly oneself. This is the journey we will embark on together. This video will delve into the minds of some of the greatest thinkers humanity has ever known. Philosophers and psychologists who saw solitude not as a condition to be cured, but as a state to be celebrated. We will explore the corridors of their thoughts, decipher the enigma of their wisdom, and attempt to understand their perspectives on solitude. From Friedrich Nietzsche's rise to greatness to the peaceful existence of Henry David Thoreau in his cabin in Walden, from Søren Kierkegaard's acceptance of individuality to Rollo May's confrontation with existential isolation, from Carl Jung's quest for individuation to Jordan Peterson's ideas about personal growth and resilience in solitude, each of these thinkers offers a unique perspective through which we can contemplate and understand the art of being alone. As we begin this exploration of solitude, we'll first turn to the thoughts of one of the most influential philosophers of the 19th century, Friedrich Nietzsche. Born in 1844, Nietzsche was a German philosopher who left an indelible mark on Western philosophy, with his radical ideas on morality, truth, and most importantly, for our discussion today, solitude. Nietzsche's philosophy was complex, full of paradoxes and provocative statements that challenged conventional thinking. At the heart of his philosophy was a critique of traditional values and a celebration of individuality, vitality, and the creative affirmation of the self. For Nietzsche, the individual affirmation of oneself was the ultimate goal, and he believed that solitude was a key element in this journey. A significant aspect of Nietzsche's philosophy that speaks directly to our topic is his concept of the path to greatness. Nietzsche believed that in order to achieve greatness, an individual must have the courage to be alone, to step away from the crowd and its herd morality. He saw solitude as an essential condition for personal transformation and the overcoming of oneself. According to Nietzsche, it was in solitude that one could confront life's deepest questions and summon the courage to become who they truly are. Consider this quote from Nietzsche: "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will often be lonely and sometimes frightened, but no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself." Here, Nietzsche is telling us that the journey toward self-ownership, toward greatness, often requires periods of solitude. Solitude is not an easy path, but for Nietzsche, the reward is the ultimate privilege of truly owning oneself. In another quote, Nietzsche says, "Solitude is one thing, loneliness is another." This simple yet profound statement encapsulates Nietzsche's view of solitude as distinct from loneliness. In Nietzsche's perspective, solitude is a state of fulfillment, a condition of being with oneself. Loneliness, on the other hand, is a state of lack, a condition of missing others. It is in this state of solitude that one can cultivate the strength and independence necessary for the journey toward greatness. The main lesson from Nietzsche's perspective is this: solitude is not a state to be feared, but a condition to be sought. It is a crucible for self-transformation and the path to greatness. So if you find yourself alone, do not despair. Embrace solitude, for it could be the way that leads you to your best self. Our exploration of solitude now takes us to Denmark in the 19th century, to the thoughts of a philosopher often considered the father of existentialism, Søren Kierkegaard. Born in 1813, Kierkegaard's work focused on individual existence, subjectivity, and the personal journey of becoming one's true self. His philosophy, much like Nietzsche's, emphasizes the importance of the individual, but it also introduces a unique dimension to our discussion of solitude. Kierkegaard's philosophy is characterized by a deep, introspective exploration of the human condition. His writings convey a profound understanding of the complexities of individuality and the existential challenges people face. For Kierkegaard, the journey of the individual toward authenticity and self-understanding is paramount, and he recognized the essential role that solitude plays in this journey. Solitude, for Kierkegaard, was a crucial ingredient in the process of self-discovery and becoming one's true self. He believed that in solitude, one could confront the existential anxieties and despair that often accompany the journey toward authenticity. It is through this confrontation that one can find the courage to choose their own path. Assuming responsibility for your existence, the crowd is a lie, wrote Kierkegaard. That is why Christ was crucified, because although he addressed everyone, he wanted nothing to do with the crowd. He did not allow the crowd to help him in any way because in this sense, he repeated to the people, absolutely not. He would not form a party, nor would he allow voting, but instead, he would be what he is, the truth that relates to the unique individual. In this quote, Kierkegaard emphasizes the need for the individual to distance themselves from the crowd, to understand their own truth. For him, the crowd is a symbol of inauthentic existence. The path to truth, according to him, is not found in the crowd but in solitude where one can genuinely relate to themselves. In another profound statement, Kierkegaard describes, "The more one isolates oneself, the closer one gets to oneself." Here he captures the essence of solitude as a path to self-discovery. He suggests that isolation, instead of leading to loneliness, can bring one into a closer relationship with oneself, facilitating self-understanding and authenticity. So what can we draw from Kierkegaard's perspective on solitude? It is that solitude is not just a state of being alone. It is an existential condition that facilitates self-exploration and self-understanding. It is a sanctuary where we can confront our anxieties, deal with existential despair, and ultimately find our authentic self. Now let us transport ourselves to the 19th century in the United States, to the quiet shores of Walden Pond, where we meet a man who not only reflected on solitude, but also lived it, Henry David Thoreau. Born in 1817, Thoreau was an American philosopher, writer, and naturalist. His philosophy revolved around the principles of self-sufficiency, simplicity, and a deep respect for nature. Thoreau did not merely theorize about solitude, he sought it, lived it, and shared his experiences and reflections in his most famous work, Walden. Walden is an account of Thoreau's experiment to live deliberately for 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days. Thoreau lived in a cabin he built himself near Walden Pond, far from the hustle and bustle of society. He immersed himself fully in solitude and simplicity with the goal of living deeply and squeezing the marrow out of life. Thoreau's experience at Walden Pond was a testament to the transformative power of solitude. In his self-imposed isolation, Thoreau found space to reflect, observe, think, and write. His experience underscores the value of solitude as a means to deeply engage with one's own thoughts and the natural world. Let's look at a few words from Thoreau in Walden. "I never found a companion that was so companionable as solitude. We are more often lonely when we are with others than when we are alone." In this passage, Thoreau expresses a deep appreciation for solitude, suggesting that true companionship is not found in the company of others, but in being alone. In another quote, Thoreau writes, "I went to the woods because I wanted to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived." This powerful statement reveals Thoreau's motivation for seeking solitude at Walden Pond, to live deliberately and authentically, to engage with the essential truths of life, and to learn from the natural world. Thoreau's experiment at Walden Pond demonstrated the power of solitude as a vehicle for self-exploration and self-transformation. His solitude was not a passive state of being alone. It was an active engagement with his thoughts, his environment, and his own existence. He used his solitude as a mirror, reflecting on his life, his values, and his place in the world. Thoreau's reflections offer a profound and practical perspective on solitude. His words invite us to reconsider our own relationship with solitude. They challenge us to ask ourselves, how might we, like Thoreau, embrace solitude as a companion? How might we use solitude as a means to more deeply engage with our own existence? His experience at Walden Pond suggests that solitude, far from being a state of fear, can be a source of strength, clarity, and vision. It can be a catalyst for self-exploration, a tool for self-transformation, and a gateway to a more authentic and intentional life. From Thoreau's perspective, solitude is a path to deliberate living and authentic self-discovery. It is an opportunity to face the essential facts of life without the distractions of society. It is a space where one can communicate with nature, contemplate the mysteries of existence, and engage more deeply with one's own thoughts. As we delve further into the psychological realm, we encounter Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst who founded analytical psychology. Jung's work has had a significant influence on psychology, philosophy, anthropology, and even the arts. His theories on the collective unconscious, archetypes, and the process of individuation continue to shape our understanding of the human mind. Central to Jung's psychological framework is the concept of individuation, the process by which individuals develop their unique and innate potential. It is a journey towards self-realization, a transformation that allows us to integrate our conscious and unconscious elements and achieve wholeness. And in this transformative journey, solitude plays a crucial role. I believe that solitude provides the necessary space for introspection and self-reflection, two essential elements in the process of individuation. It is in solitude where we can confront our shadow, the unconscious part of our personality that we often deny or ignore. It is in solitude where we can connect with our inner world, exploring our thoughts, feelings, dreams, and unconscious elements. Consider this quote by Jung: "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." This statement underscores the inherent challenge in the process of individuation, a journey that demands we face and accept all parts of ourselves, even those we might prefer to deny or suppress. Solitude provides the space for this challenging but rewarding inner work. Jung also wrote, "Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people." This quote highlights the importance of self-awareness and self-understanding in navigating our relationships with others. By facing our own inner darkness in solitude, we can better understand and empathize with the struggles of others. Jung's concept of the shadow is particularly relevant to our exploration of solitude. In Jungian psychology, the shadow represents an unconscious aspect of our personality that the conscious ego does not identify with. In other words, it's the part of us that remains unseen or unknown. The shadow encompasses everything we've repressed, neglected, or ignored. In the stillness of solitude, we have the opportunity to bring our shadow into awareness. We can allow it to emerge from the hidden corners of our psyche and recognize its presence. This process is not easy. It requires courage, patience, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves. Nevertheless, it's a crucial step in achieving a more complete and authentic self-awareness. Jung believed, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. By confronting and integrating our shadow in solitude, we can take control of our destiny, transforming what was once unconscious into a conscious, recognized part of ourselves. In solitude, we also have the chance to connect with our dreams, another significant aspect of Jung's theory. According to Jung, dreams serve as a form of communication with our unconscious mind, offering symbolic representations of our internal conflicts, desires, and untapped potential. In the quiet of solitude, we can reflect on our dreams, decode their symbols, and gain valuable insights into our unconscious selves. Finally, consider this powerful quote from Jung: "Solitude is for me a source of healing that makes my life worth living." Here, Jung acknowledges the therapeutic power of solitude. It is in solitude where we can tend to our psychological wounds, heal our fragmented selves, and cultivate a healthier, more balanced psyche. Reflecting on Jung's perspective, we understand that solitude is not simply being alone. It is a fertile space for introspection, self-discovery, and personal growth. It is sacred ground where we can engage with our unconscious, face our shadow, and embark on the transformative journey of individuation. Next, Let us turn to the works of Jordan Peterson, a renowned Canadian psychologist and professor. Peterson has gained widespread recognition for his insightful perspectives on psychology, philosophy, and personal development. His ideas resonate with many who seek guidance in navigating the complexities of life. A central element of Peterson's philosophy is his emphasis on the importance of solitude. He acknowledges that spending time alone is essential for cultivating self-esteem, maintaining mental health, and developing psychological resilience. Peterson argues that solitude provides the necessary space for introspection and self-reflection, allowing individuals to gain a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in the world. In his book, 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos, Peterson highlights the transformative potential of solitude. He writes, "If you don't know exactly where you are, you might be anywhere. You're in chaos. It is from chaos that a new being can emerge, but you must let go of what you have and perhaps who you are to allow that emergence." Peterson suggests that solitude offers individuals the opportunity to detach from external distractions and dive deeply into their being, which fosters personal growth and the emergence of a stronger, more authentic self. Peterson also delves into the relationship between solitude and psychological well-being. He asserts that solitude is crucial for maintaining sanity in a world filled with constant stimulation and noise. In his article, The Need for Virtue, Peterson argues that the development of character requires solitude. It is in solitude that we battle and conquer chaos, gathering the strength and wisdom necessary to face life's challenges. Peterson believes that by confronting solitude, individuals can face their fears, overcome their limitations, and develop the inner strength needed to navigate life's difficulties. According to Peterson, solitude can serve as a powerful tool for personal growth and resilience, providing space for self-examination and transformation. In Maps of Meaning, The Architecture of Belief, Peterson writes, "You are stable and capable of tolerating your own limited perspective and the terrible uncertainty that this brings. You remain stable despite your many limitations and in the face of your vulnerability, and you do this to learn, thrive, and benefit others." Peterson suggests that by confronting one's character and limitations, individuals can cultivate stability, face their vulnerabilities, and embark on a journey of self-improvement that benefits not only themselves, but others as well. Jordan Peterson's psychological theories underscore the importance of solitude for self-esteem, sanity, and psychological resilience. Through introspection, self-reflection, and the courage to face one's limitations, individuals can find meaning, foster personal growth, and navigate life's complexities with greater resilience. By embracing solitude, individuals embark on a transformative journey that leads to a deeper understanding of themselves and a more fulfilling life. Embracing solitude is an act of courage, an affirmation of our worth, and the belief that we can find solace and wisdom within ourselves. It is an opportunity to nourish our mental and emotional well-being, listen to the whispers of our soul, and connect with the depths of our being.